Hello, ladies and gents. Today, I'd like to ask you a question. What drives one to better themselves and strive to conquer all odds? Would it be to protect their world from devastation, unite all peoples within their nation, denounce the evils of truth and love, or to extend their reach to the stars above? Or perhaps, would it be for the pursuit of one's happiness?
Well, I did. Since my mic was muted, you couldn't hear me freaking out on the other end, but it was happening.
To fulfill their destiny, to achieve their peace of mind? Or could it possibly also be for revenge? As people, our spirits are indomitable and our drives unstoppable. We're always looking for a way to climb that bigger, farther mountain. I'll be talking about a game today, and, of course, I'm talking about Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I know, Monster Hunter World is a thing now, and as much as that it is the in vogue thing to talk about these days, I'd like to draw some attention to this underappreciated classic. The short answers: is this game for everyone? Absolutely not. Do I recommend it anyway? Yes. With that said, let's dive deep into the colder parts of Midgard and freeze to death. You are a hunter of the village of Poke. One night, it was your mission to climb up those mountains and investigate a disturbance in the snow. As you walked through the icy fog, you were ambushed by a most fearsome wyvern whose powerful talons send you flying off the mountain.
Game over, yeah!
This wyvern roars triumphantly and will come to be known in lands far and wide as the Tigrex. Yeah, it's pronounced Tigrex because of the katakana used for it, but I'll pronounce it Tigrex because I don't want to envision a dinosaur drinking tea. I want a monstrous tiger king, so Tigrex it is. You soon wake up in the bed of your house in the village, and an older, more experienced hunter tells you that you will need to take his place because he's getting old. He's got big shoes to fill because he was the village hunter, but now it's your turn to take on that role. Unfortunately, in the condition you're in, you've just had your ass handed to you by one of the most powerful monsters that roam the land. So getting on his level is gonna be quite a ride. The village is the central hub of the game. It has various amenities for every hunter. An item shop, a blacksmith, a traveling merchant, a farm for resources and material, your quest broker or the village chief, a kitchen, a training school, a guild hall where you can get tougher quests, and most importantly, Poogie! With these people, you will better yourself and make yourself a good hunter by keeping yourself supplied and getting better equipment and armor out of higher grade materials, or the parts of dead monsters. Arguably, the monsters are not truly dead yet, but out of the respect you have for them as opponents, you have used their remains to aid you in battle. Such remains contain their spirit, so they augment your hunter while at the same time granting you their strengths and weaknesses. First, let's talk about why this game is not for everyone. Patience is key. You have to spend lots of time trying to get that one item that you need for your next corpse suit. In other words, it has a lot of grinding.
Bruh.
Other than the grinding, it takes time for one hunter to learn the ins and outs of their favorite weapon.
Boom! Headshot!
As Bruce Lee once said, "Fear not he who knows how to use 100 weapons, but fear a man who has nothing left to lose." The controls for each weapon vary and are arguably very clunky. This is a complaint often made by many players unfamiliar to Monster Hunter. As for everything else about this game, well...
What the fucking shit? You done the mic for? Playing your fucking mouth, mate. I'm a grown man. You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick. No, come down, Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out, mate. house and I'll break your fucking legs. You know what I'm saying? Get your phone, son. I'll fuck you up.
Now let's talk about why I recommend this game. Aside from it being massive amounts of fun, I'd like to think that this game is an experience for anyone and everyone who tries it. Either they end up liking the pain, or they say the safe word and never come back.
Foreplay.
The game also offers various playstyles for every person out there, such as being tactical, being a licensed gun owner, being a licensed big gun owner, being angry, hitting things,
This can go two ways, punk.
poking things like Michael Bay, playing the Bard in Dungeons & Dragons, playing the Ranger in Dungeons & Dragons, being a weeaboo, and my personal favorite, overcompensating.
I take a look at my enormous penis.
But don't let this plethora of weapon classes overwhelm you. Choose what you feel is right, and once you learn how to love a weapon, it'll love you back. To match an impressive arsenal of weapons, every hunter will meet the monsters of the game. As your hunter takes quests from the village chief, she gradually gives you more challenging monsters to face, but nothing beyond your handling. Your skill and your understanding of how the monster behaves is what matters when taking on a quest. Eventually, you will be given that one quest to make it right. Absolute power. This is it. The moment you, the brave hunter, have been waiting for. It is time for you to exact your revenge on the beast that almost killed you. Will you hunt, or will you be hunted? When you succeed, you will realize that this is only a 5-star quest, and that there are more quests with more monsters to be had. You will realize that the mighty Tigrex was a mere stepping stone on your journey to fill the village hunter's shoes. You'll find yourself up against Kirin and other elder dragons, batter wyverns that can give a Tigrex a run for its money, and even the infamous Rajang. But if you look closely at your character, and even at yourself, you've come this far and you're beyond the Tigrex already, until you need to finish Land of the Tremors. While the game itself might or might not have aged well, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is like an allegory to real life. Wherever you are in life, you might think you're starting out with nothing, but you will always have something at your disposal. With whatever tool you have with you, you can take on every day, every challenge as though in itself is a monster. With each small challenge conquered, you find yourself learning from it, carving knowledge from the experience of the challenge. You eventually arm yourself with this experience, and you will find yourself challenging even bigger monsters. Sure, they will knock you down every now and then, but even if you've failed, you won't go forward if you don't conquer them. You'll even learn that it's a terrible idea to run from these monsters, and that they will always remain to haunt you, to hunt you down. After jumping each hurdle, the next will be higher than the last, but only reasonably higher. While you might notice that the other hurdles are higher, there's always that somewhat smaller one you can still leap over. As in MHFU, there will always be a bigger, stronger monster out there, and if you want its armor or weapons, you know you'll work for it. You know you'll get it one day. So let's go back to what I asked you in the beginning of this video. What drives one to better themselves and strive to conquer all odds? I'll let you answer that one yourself. And who knows, if you take a good look at yourself, perhaps you were the village hunter after all.